caught lots of stuff. Yeah, I've done a lot of deed. I've had it rough and tough. You know I've smoked a lot of weed. Mellow, don't you know? Well, I've learned a thing or two, like when and where I should go to, what I should or shouldn't do. I've been left alone, no company, but that's alright with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. I'd like to let it grow, you know I'm talking about my beard. I'll have you all know that I know sometimes it might look weird, but I got a friend upstairs whom I'll keep confiding in. I know he's there 'cause when I knock he always lets me in. Brings me peace with what it is and what is not for me. To accept what I see, they're looking back at me as big and ugly. Big and ugly. I could have been small and cute and play a flute like a dream, or sing like an angel, maybe play ukulele. But I got to work with my hands and keep dragging it along, banging on that old guitar. Sometimes I'll write a song. I lose a few friends, so it seems I got no enemies. 'Cause what you get is what you see, that's how it is with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. Big and ugly.
Hey, welcome back to Big Uglies, everybody. That was called.
Hello, very much.
Now you're all glitchy, and my computer's all smooth as eggs.
I think everything looks smooth on my end.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you're just not coming in clear over here.
Oh, okay. Is it a lighting thing?
No. It's lagging on everything. I think it's just my browser.
I think it happens every time we link Instagram to this.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's important that we link Instagram to it because it drives the numbers so much. Fun week. Are y'all psyched for Christmas? I've got my Christmas tree. Yeah, you kind of see.
I am down there. I am. I love Christmas. My dog loves Christmas.
Your dog does seem to love Christmas.
He's got like 2 stockings,
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's like I guess I kind of babied my dog, but
you think you baby your dog?
Babied. I don't like constantly baby him.
Oh, so it's past tense. Okay.
Yeah, I think I babied him too much, and now
up until right before the show. Is that how recently are we considering to be the past tense?
In his life.
Or okay. So through yesterday, basically.
Yeah, all the days.
All the time.
He is a protector. Like he'll get loud about it, and then let you know that you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say yes. He'll alert everyone to danger and then run and hide behind everyone.
But that's what a watchdog is, right? It's not like a murder kill dog.
Yeah, we should have one. We should probably get one of those for the building because I think we got a lot of the.
I'm pretty sure everybody just thinks I'm the murder kill dog.
No. Your dog's not the murder kill dog. Your dog is
me.
You. Yeah. Maybe.
We don't need two of those.
No, you're the kick homeless people RVs off the street dog, but we do need a murder kill dog.
But that guy had a dog.
Yeah, no, I know. And also, I like how you say that guy like there was just the one. It's happened several times. And by the way, we appreciate you for it. I think if anyone...
I'm a necessary force.
If anyone in the building watches the show, I mean, first of all, dear God. But if anyone in the building happens to see this, they should put Christmas gifts on your doorstep for scaring away the homeless. I think
it's fair. Not, you make it sound like I hate homeless people.
Well, first of all, I do. You should.
You make it sound like that. Where I'm just telling them, hey man, your dog is gonna jump through that screen and run after another dog. And he did. It's my dog.
Yeah. What about the one before that? I don't think
screen dog. Guy who was sleeping on he had one of those steps of somebody's like thing in the units over there.
And then there was the one with the camper in the back of the pickup truck. Remember that guy? And you were like,
yeah, dude, that guy. Hold on, he was cool for a while. I let him chill, and then what happened?
I don't remember.
He started dumping trash on the street.
Oh,
putting trash right. on the. I'm like, yo, man, what is? First of all, there's dumpsters on the apartment complex. It's like literally across
every apartment complex.
You can literally get out of your truck and walk to that dumpster and throw it in there. Yeah, and I'm just like, tap on his thing, like, nope, not here, buddy. You gotta. This ain't it.
Yeah,
I picked this trash up, homie. This is not a dumping site.
Yeah, I foresee a future for us not far down the line where we're doing this regularly, but with machine guns. And I think that's where Los Angeles and America is headed. I think that's pretty much the post-apocalyptic. If you want to know what Los Angeles is going to look like in a year, just go watch RoboCop and then remove I think if I go back and watch that movie again, I'm going to be like, these OCP are angels and we really need them.
Listen, I watched that movie not too long ago, and I was like, "Holy shit!" First of all, I forgot how hyper violent that movie was.
Well,
it's like really gory, like for what it is. Like, dudes, like whole arms are getting shot off and shit.
It originally got a rated X for violence, and then I don't know if they cut stuff or if they just fought the MPAA on it, but the original cut of that movie was given an X rating for violence.
It was hyper violent. I was like, holy shit. Okay. What? Yeah. Right. Fucking RoboCop. And I came to the conclusion after watching that movie again in the year of 2025 of our Lord, that he doesn't become RoboCop and get shot up by Red Foreman if he doesn't have a woman partner.
Yeah, no, that's true. That she is a use.
I mean, like, I'll go, the whole movie would have been avoided. I go, well, why did they give him this woman partner? Oh no, he's gonna. This is, dude. He's gonna get shot by this sawed-off shotgun, dude. Where's the woman?
To turn him into a cyborg because he had a woman partner,
and all she did was get a haircut and cry.
Yep. Yeah.
And instead of taking accountability for it, they just wiped his memory.
Yeah.
Instead of her being like, this is my fault and having guilt, they just memory wiped him.
They literally have a fucking tank that's like, whoop, you have 14 seconds to comply. You almost wonder if there was a guy in the boardroom who's like, this seems extreme. Can we just not have broads on the force? And they go, no, we're way past that. We're way past that.
No, dude, why do you think this fucking city's in disarray?
Right, exactly. It's too late to put. We can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. We need, what was it? The X9? What was it called?
Yeah, there's some shit like that.
Yeah.
That they're just like,
because you let there be broads on the police force. You need one you have 14 seconds to comply. That's what we need. You roll one of those. You give me one of those and 48 hours in Los Angeles. I'll fix the whole fucking place.
Dude, a RoboCop would literally fix LA.
That's it.
That's I don't know why this fucker was just won't like yeah, like this is what this place needs. Like, dude, just build RoboCop already, dude. We know you build Terminator. You know you want to.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, you know,
hey Elon,
he's out here like,
stop having cocktail.
dude, I gotta drive by that fucking Tesla diner on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh, yeah, that thing's still
there. And I'm like, hey, listen, man, just build the thing. Now you're building robots in everybody's house. First, he's building the cars from Minority Report. Then he's building an iRobot.
I want cops. I want robo cops. That's what I want. You can't accuse them of being racist, although if they are programmed for pattern recognition, they inevitably will become racist.
Yeah, but what if it's like programmed by Israel?
So what? It just recognizes all patterns but Jewish ones?
Yeah, or randomly explodes.
Listen, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The funny thing is about AI, this is why we can't have RoboCops, though, is because they have intuitive learning capabilities. RoboCops would just be walking down the street, but like, African-American gentlemen, based on statistics, you have an 86% chance of committing a violent crime today. Please. Like, that's exactly what it would be. It'd be like, nigga, I ain't standing aside for shit. I think
it'd be funny if all the data that they've purported for all these years about like BLM and everything like that, it was like just a genocide against black people and all this, everything and then AI just shuts it down in like 13 seconds and it goes, none of this is true. It just goes, actually, statistically speaking, it's just like, actually, you have 14 seconds to comply.
Now I want to remake RoboCop and be like, yeah, unfortunately, the new RoboCop has the data. See, the difference between that RoboCop and this RoboCop is that RoboCop didn't have the benefit of the data.
13% is committing 70% of all the crime.
Yeah. Theoretically speaking, wouldn't it be easy just to eliminate the 13%? Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I would get behind that movie. You'd be like, it would make more sense. You're right. You do. Robot Hitler, you've never made more sense than you do right now.
Robo Hitler would be gay as fuck.
Robo Hitler is great. And then all of a sudden he goes, now that we've dealt with these blacks, we'll turn our attention to the Jew. Just powers down.
Yeah, I'm so here for your Terminators or whatever.
Oh, this is fun. Are you there? You're frozen. You look frozen. You might need to pop out and pop back in. You're like completely chopping up here, man.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, you're Chop City. Somebody in the comments could let us know.
Yeah, sure.
Is Carl all chopped up? Actually, when I look over the Instagram feed, you look fine and I look chopped. I think you're right that it's the Instagram.
Instagram fucks it up every time.
All right, let me see if I kill the Instagram, if that helps. Remove. Okay, we're still simulcasting. See, this looks better. We're still simulcasting in both aspect ratios on YouTube and X, so people can see us horizontally and vertically. Yeah, Hollow Point said Chop City for sure. Yep, see? Yeah. Now
was that supposed to happen?
Seems a little bit better now, though.
Mine is the same.
Nope, you're still chopping up.
All right, you guys are gay.
You guys are gay? Okay. Well, I'm not all chopped up. I'm coming to you whole. We got an agenda here today. Is it still Hanukkah? I think I'm required by the podcasting bylaws. Oh yeah, it's still Hanukkah. Yesterday was the first day, and then it goes 8, so it goes right up until Krima. Oh, how about that? So only I think he's back. Is he back?
OnlyFans.
Oh, wow, you still popped up. I was just telling everyone happy Hanukkah. And we only
this is you.
Yesterday was the first day of Hanukkah, and that means we only have 7 days of false flags left before Christmas.
Me logging back out and coming back in is the worst thing that's ever happened.
But you're fine on my end.
You just finished saying that on my end.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you, but it's on my end. It all looks ship shape.
Let's be honest. Nothing on that end looks ship shape.
Okay, well, obviously I'm coming through here because you've had time to insult me.
The audio has never been in question. It's a latency thing.
Yeah, do you think it struggles to stream us because we're so fat?
I mean,
we don't.
Yeah, we are the big uglies.
We're a lot of bits, a lot of kilobits.
You're a gigabits. Let's be honest.
That's true. I am more of a gigabit,
terabit,
mega gigabyte. What the fuck was that? That's something off of Chappelle's show when he's like mega gigabyte, son.
Yeah, we were talking about something. Oh yeah, Jews. Tough week for Jews.
Chanukah. Yeah, it's Chanukah time.
Yeah, it's been a terrible Hanukkah.
Really bad Hanukkah to kick it off. I mean, you started with the Bondi Beach thing on Hanukkah Eve. Well, I guess it was Hanukkah over there in Australia. But yeah, that, and then you had the Reiner family murdering, which that's a Jew hate crime too, right? They're Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, when we remember that, oh wow, all this was on Hanukkah, start going like, not so. You got to really start looking at what the holiday is, right?
Well, you know what's okay. Well, you know what I think is so interesting is that we hear all the time that Israel has the greatest intelligence known to man and the greatest military intelligence and everything. And that is true, but yet they only seem to know what's going on after it happens. You know what I mean? Like there's the Bondi Beach shooting happened and they were like, we have it on very good authority. This was Iran. And it goes, well, if you had it on good authority, maybe you could have just stopped it. No. We don't do this. We cannot. You know what they're like? You know what it's almost like? It's literally like Constantine, where they're just like, we're not supposed to intervene. We're just supposed to observe humanity and not influence it. And it's like, I think some of these guys are putting their finger on the scale and they're influencing it. I don't think they're just observing anymore.
Yeah, the CIA said that they don't do any of their operations domestically. And like, yeah, they just get the FBI to do it. Like,
right.
And if the FBI is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, essentially domestic CIA, what does NSA do?
That's a good question. I don't know. Space?
So why is it? What? No,
they do space. Oh, it's an extra letter.
Well, I don't know about how that even separates. They're completely different things.
Well, sure. I mean, you don't know that they're different things. You don't know what NSA does.
Yeah, we do.
You know,
well, we know what I mean. It's enemy of the state shit. That's all how they tap the cameras, and that's the Snowden shit.
NSA up in the sky, satellites, space.
You know, and that's where Elon Musk comes in.
Yeah,
fucking Elon Musk. Elon Musk comes in there and goes, "Hey, I might be first trillionaire, but I'm still gonna get government subsidies. So what I'm gonna do is invest in surveillance and sell it back to them."
It's funny that you bring that up when you're talking about Elon Musk and investing. I just flipped on the biggest problem today, and I was like, man, I texted Dick. I go, if I ever feel bad about life, I can always just flick on your guy's show and just watch Vito for 5 minutes, and I feel like Vito invents new ways to be depressed. where he's like now
funny.
his thing is like he's like the Elon Musk of depression, where he's just like, hey, have you thought about this could also bring you down. And it's just he's always inventing new ways to just celebrate the worst part of humanity. His new thing now that he was talking about on the show is KowSheep betting on innocuous everything. So he's like, I bet on whether or not Taylor Swift would say Travis Kelce's name on Seth Meyers. And I'm like, wow, if that had ever become my life, I would blow my fucking brains out.
I want to not to be like a woman in a board meeting and say, let's circle back let's put a pin in that and circle back to it.
Okay.
But can you never in our lives say in a sentence, I flick on and watch Vito for 5 minutes straight?
Okay.
Because it's literally sounded like a lesbian trans and masturbation session.
I can't think of anything.
You flicking your bean to a depressed Vito for 5 minutes. You know how long a 5 minute flick session is?
No, I don't. I've never experienced one.
Let's start it. Let's start it right now. Ready?
Taking all 5 minutes. Is that you? I don't even want to know why you have that in your fucking room.
Yeah, you do.
Is that so that you don't get lost in your own inceptions over there, Christopher Nolan? That's the thing that brings you back to reality?
Like, bitch, the hourglass is up.
Also, are we supposed to overlook the fact that the thing that keeps him tethered to reality is a fucking dreidel? Come on, man. Come on, Chris Nolan. That's a little on the nose, don't you think?
That's where that cliche phrase comes from. On the nose. What
if it just keeps spinning? He'll never know if he's in reality or if he's stuck in the dream.
Well, let me ask you this. No. When you're interpreting these dreams, is this top that you keep seeing in your dreams, is it perhaps made of clay? Well, my friend, that's a dreidel.
Unbelievable.
No, there's something else though the KowSheep thing, right? I have a real problem with this.
Yeah, real bad week for the Jews. We've said it a lot.
The thing we're circling back to though, the KowSheep thing, I have a real problem with this. Like a real problem. Markets? I thought was bad having prop bets for single players at your fingertips to bet on games, and just go like watching a game and go, I bet this dude hits his next free throws, and you could do prop bets and shit at the touch of a finger. I thought that was like, I was like, this is too far. Yeah. And then they won up to that with like, what if we could turn girls who don't watch sports into degenerate gamblers too?
Yeah.
What if we turn nerds that don't watch sports into degenerate gamblers too?
Yes, that is what it's doing. Yes.
It's insane that people are just like, no, this is totally fine, dude. Don't you want to make wagers on everyday life? Yeah, I do that called leaving the house. It's like...
Yeah. Vito was explaining to Dick. He's like, I was betting on sports games. And Vito goes, you started watching sports? He goes, no, I just bet with the herd. And it's easy money. And it's like, ugh.
Oh, dude. And that's the other thing too, is like herd betting.
Hold on a second. Did you just tell me you found a way to monetize your lack of independent thought? Ugh.
Did he also admit to being a cow?
I mean, that's pretty much what it is like.
Well, I bet with my herd.
Yeah.
Just like, just found a bunch of he hangs out with, like other fat, make up their own depression sort of weirdos that like I don't think that they're actually meeting up in real life. I mean, obviously it's all online.
That's why the app is called KowSheep. It's for cows and sheep to just
he's on KowSheep.
He's on KowSheep. You just follow them
on KowSheep.
You're not on KowSheep? It's a prediction betting market where you just go along with the majority and see if you can make any money.
You count sheep? This is KowSheep.
This is KowSheep. What we do is we hunt the cows and the sheep. We take their money and we see what they come up with.
Hello, KowSheep customer service. Yeah, is this KowSheep? I lost a lot of money on the last election and it was rigged. No, my friend. This is KowSheep.
This is KowSheep. I'm sorry, did you not go with majority of people?
their customer service number just goes to a company called KowSheep LLC.
I'm sorry, did you try to make money going against the herd? I don't know what
Are you the herd going the other way? Are you betting as the ship?
Everybody.
Hold on, I need to find out. He's betting as ship.
Everybody, this guy going against the herd. This guy is a black sheep.
You want to know what this company is? We do customer service and also run bingo hall. Okay, so
okay, yeah.
B4. I was saying you were a guy who got money put in the system, lost a wager, lost a bet. Take responsibility, okay? Goodbye.
Yes. You
I give all the customer service just Tony Soprano.
You come in, you bet with other sheep, you do pretty well. Okay, you go against grain. We warn you, don't do this. It's a conform. This is what's so funny is these people don't understand that a prediction betting market like this is a conformity training program. It's training you to conform with the majority. It's incentivized conformity.
Yeah.
They're going, just go along with everybody else and you'll get money. And you go, oh, okay. I won't think about like, what if?
My problem, I have this fucking thing. A buddy of mine was like, oh, you can, these young motherfuckers came, they had like, they won like thousands of dollars on there. You should do this shit. And I go, hey man, how about you do it and get back to me?
Yeah. Yeah, but you go make all the money and you share it with me. You just share me some.
I believe in you, homie. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Remember, I said you would win at this if you did it. Remember, I believed in you when no one else did. And feel free to reward me monetarily when your ship comes in. What I'd love to do is load up KowSheep right now and see if we can take bets on how long it's going to take this fucking lemon meringue pie to thaw out, because the answer is too long. That's the one bet. That's the only bet.
Why don't you put like 7 seconds in the microwave, move it around in the dish, and then 7 seconds in the microwave?
I will say this. I laughed. I was in the shower earlier. I laughed so hard because before I got in the shower, I had posted that I was waiting for a lemon meringue pie to thaw out, and you responded and said, "Let me know." And
just LMK, just let me know.
And I thought to myself, how funny would it be if I brought you a slice, but I had heated the shit out of it like the apple pie, and you were like, "Who the fuck eats this up?"
If you gave, I swear to God, I'm not kidding you.
Lava slice.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. This is no bullshit. If you brought me lemon meringue pie and it was scalding hot, I would throw it through your fucking window. Like the whole plate, everything. Like,
but it's also
now I got to eat pie in the threshold of my door just to make. You know,
it's just the idea that you can be snuck pies at the inappropriate temperatures is a funny recurring gag to me.
There is an appropriate temperature. It's either room or cold.
No, I like a hot apple pie. I like a real hot. You know what it is?
When in that freezing cold case that it was in, I was like, yeah, that looks good. I want that. I don't go, hey, you know, I would like that. And can you, they have to ask you. They go, would you like that heated up? And I'll go, no, thank you.
Yeah,
just do it is just diabolical, bro.
Especially
there's the condensation on the glass because it's so fucking cold. And I'm like, ooh. Like out of the fridge pie, you don't like a pie that's like after you cut it, you put it in
but not pretty much anything but apple. Like apple's gotta be crispy.
Yeah, like a cold
like a pumpkin pie,
like ice a blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie ice cold is fine.
Cherry pie like that is fucking
ice
awesome.
Cold, fine. But like the apple is the one thing I need heated up. I gotta have it.
Because I actually like cold apples.
No, no.
Yeah, dude. You ever had a nice, crispy, cold Fuji apple?
Yeah, when I was like 3.
Okay, well, get in touch with your inner child, you fucking old fucking curmudgeon.
Sorry, I'm not some culinary pedophile like you over here who's trying to go back in time with myself. Ugh.
I mean, I don't like. I'm gonna fuck my young self. I don't understand.
Josh, you were right about the Snickers ice cream bars. Those things are dangerous. Yeah, I know. The problem is they sell them in 6-packs.
Wait, what happened with Snickers ice cream bars?
I told everybody on the show. I go. The only sweet tooth kryptonite I have is the Snickers ice cream bar.
Do you like Reese's?
No, I mean like the ice cream stuff. When you were talking about ice cream a couple episodes back.
Ice cream. You ever had the Butterfinger ice cream bars?
Yeah, not as I don't like Butterfinger. It gets stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, but the ice cream bar doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. They still anything Butterfinger gets jammed in there. I like the Crunch Klondikes. You ever had a Crunch Klondike? Those are good. Reese's Klondike. Those are good.
I tell you what I don't like. Heath.
Oh, who likes Heath? Ugh. You know what's funny is when Rab stayed with me last time, he bought this gigantic gallon of Heath bar ice cream, and I go, "You got this because you knew it was the only one I wouldn't have any of, didn't you?" Like you got this because you knew it was
the only people who eat Heath are spiteful. You can't have any people.
I don't want you to have any.
Stingy, non-generous Heath eaters.
Yeah, and this is the thing is that like I should have seen this pattern with my ex when they start grocery shopping and they buy shit they know you don't like. It's like they force themselves to eat things that nobody likes just so that you don't have any.
So they can have more of it is like a different type of greedy selfishness.
It's a level of cunt that honestly I think it's probably responsible for at least 17 murders a year. And I can think of the 18th that should have happened last year, but I'm a good person and I didn't. But
you think all those murders are in the Midwest?
I think most of them. Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
What would consist of Midwest murders?
Just a woman comes home with a bunch of groceries her husband hates, and he knows she got that shit, so he won't have any fucking joy in his mouth.
And then he only asked for one thing.
And she goes,
the version she got of it was even like the opposite one that he doesn't like if he asked for double stuffed Oreos or something, or the thin Oreos, and you get the ones I like, and she comes home with like mint.
She comes home with store brand mint Oreo, something
duplex.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and like it's like a bad. And then this is have you ever done this? This is when you know you got to break up. When she goes, yeah, they didn't have it. And you go, I'll get in the fucking car right now and drive over. And if they have it, I'm going to come back and I'm going to beat you to death. You ever done that? You ever gone?
No, I've never.
This is
all alive over here.
You can't. Because if you did, you go, now I got to go home and kill her. If you ever went, but this is why our fathers should all get Nobel Peace Prizes. Because our fathers did the kind of shit where they went to the store and they checked and they go, look at this. The whole fucking aisle loaded with it. And then they went back and didn't kill their wives. You know what I mean? Like that. Can we just have a moment of applause for these men who like went and did
the great grandfather time? They were such a bunch of wives.
Didn't kill them. You know what I mean?
They were like sucker punching hoes back then.
Yeah, well, they would like push a desk on it or something, you know,
or throw them downstairs and shit.
Yeah, you know, leave a wet floor out and about. And they go, "What'd you do? Forget the mop dried out?"
Literally throw her down the stairs and go like, "Look at you, fucking klutz."
Yeah.
Fucking klutz she is. What?
Yeah. They were all
Ralphie Cifaretto.
Every single time we rewatch Sopranos, we think about Ralphie and we go, he's not as bad a guy as I thought when the first watch.
Yeah, right.
And then the second watch through, you go, I kind of get where this guy's coming from.
No way.
Listen. I just want to point out
a single time.
I just want to point out to you that he murdered a prostitute and nobody said a fucking thing. And he burns one horse alive and he's gotta go because that horse was a more majestic, loving, beautiful creature that needed to be avenged than some hooer.
Dude, nobody said a word. He had to go see Johnny. He went and saw Johnny Sack behind his back and stuff to get some sort of fucking
protection.
Settlement. Yeah, and he goes,
either way, he was able to buy his way out. The guy kills one horse, he's got to go.
A, she hit me. B, she was a hooah.
Yeah. But he got off with that one. Josh Denny fan goes, "This is Josh's fantasy. Which one is my fantasy? Which one is my fantasy? The
Snickers?
Doubling back and murdering my partner because she lied to me about what the store did or didn't have? No, my friend. This is not a fantasy. These are just real thoughts that percolate around a man's mind when he's not murdering. You know?
There was no black dick at the store today.
Yeah.
They didn't have any. If I go down there, they have some.
Yeah. Oh,
well, you're there down there at the black dick sale?
Yeah,
no, they didn't have any.
She goes grocery shopping for 3 hours. I go, where the fuck were you? Trader Jamal's?
Trader Jojo's.
Yeah. She was down at Trader Jamal's.
What were we talking about? The false flaget.
Yeah.
Do you think this guy was a false flaget, or do you think he was a bona fide certified? Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I was talking about earlier. I just think it's so funny that they had the thing queued up right away, and they were like, "We have it on good authority that this was directed by Iran," and it's just like
every time though that they have they go, he had ties to ISIS and all this stuff, and go, but we know that ISIS is funded by Israel and the U.S. That was the Obama shit. Like, we know that they created them.
That's my point. Is just like, is Islam evil? Yes. Do we know that you know that and will weaponize that understanding against us? Yes. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. Yeah. Is Islam to me is Islam incompatible with the West? Yeah. But probably so too now is Judaism. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but see, here's the thing: no matter what, how much the Jews,
you're asking me to pick between the sword and the shield of a army that hates us across the board. They all hate America. They all hate the West in some way or another. Whether
so this will bring up my,
or they want to.
I'm glad you said that.
Rape it, like.
I'm glad you said that. So this brings up my next thing. Speaking of the biggest problem, shout out to Dick Masterson over there. I'm not saying I agree with this sentiment at all, or this tweet or whatever. And Dick is a rabble rouser, a half troll, if you will. And he said, because there's a majority of people on the right who couldn't wait, maybe had this loaded up, that were going out of their way to go, hey, just because the left doesn't know how to mourn Charlie Kirk and cheered and stuff, let's not left. And this is how you mourn, someone you didn't agree with, okay? And Dick's tweet and point was, you don't have to mourn someone who hated you.
No.
He out loud was like, I hate all of you. You're all stupid. Blah 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 blah. You don't have to mourn the loss of that. I don't agree. I think Rob Reiner could be, if you had a conversation with him about politics, I feel like you would agree. Like, and I'm using you pronoun. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like, you would tend to agree with a lot of the same points that you would have. And it'd just be about like expressing them and fundamentally like, always been aligned with what the party is. And there's probably things that he doesn't know that he could have learned on things like that. But to go out of your way and be like, you have to mourn and you have to do this is like, I understand what Dick was saying. It was just like, no, dude, you don't have to do that. However, I think what Trump did was insane. saying, of all the things he's tweeted,
Yeah.
of all the crazy shit that he's said, of all the narcissistic, look at me, this is the one was like, no. I don't know if you saw, but the people screenshotted, of course, they screenshotted the post from Truth Social. But the only people that have Truth Social, other than like New York Times writers that fucking hate him and shit like that, and like Blue Sky libs that hate him,
are the sycophants.
Are the insane, real culty sycophants. And did you see their comments, the screenshots of those comments?
No, but I imagine they were probably like, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, piss on his grave kind of shit.
No. They were all like, Mr. President, I love you, but this isn't it.
Oh, really?
We love you. Please stop. They're the only people with True Social.
Wow.
Nobody has that shit. So like all this, and I'm like, oh boy, he fucked up. Because here's the thing. His work transcended politics because he didn't do just political shit. When he was older, he was definitely an activist and definitely, I mean, even his younger days he was. And that's what he chose to do with his income.
Mm-hmm.
But what he chose to do, and except for the last thing that he was doing, it was like Trump, Russia, like this thing he was trying to get produced. His work, his body of work is predominantly Boomer and Gen X based, of like things they love and grew up with. And it's such a broad and varied body of work. Stand By Me, Princess Bride, A Few Good Men, When Harry Met Sally. So like there's rom-coms, there's a fantasy comedy. What's the best fantasy comedy? The Princess Bride.
Yeah, without a question.
What's the best rom-com that people say all the time? Harry Met Sally. What is the best coming of age boy adolescent film? Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can admit that these were A Few Good Men. It's probably the best courtroom drama showdown, other than, you know, what, My Cousin Vinny. Like,
yeah, but it's court, like as far as like, well, especially military court. I mean, it stands on its own. It's like in a field of it's in the field of its own.
Yeah. So, dude, the movies that he made, were just like, wow. And then for the way it go, I told my brother this, and I was like, when I heard the news, you kind of almost hope that it was a home invasion, just so all the political talking points remain the same. Like, look how dangerous LA is, liberal home protection, all the things would remain. When it's a story that's this fucking psycho, drugged out, fucking spun out son, you're like, dude, there's a certain type of empathy that you have to have in that moment. And this fucking dude was devoid of all of it. Yeah. And it was like, if he didn't have this fucking Trump derangement syndrome, it wouldn't have killed him. His anger, his ideas that angered, and you're like, what in the fuck, dude? His body's not even cold yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely off the mark, and it certainly felt like, it's funny. I remember saying when it happened, I was like, I can't wait to see the people that try to shoehorn this in as related to Trump derangement syndrome. I never thought it would be the president himself who would be the one to like fire that arrow. You know what I mean? Like, you'd think it would be like the Benny Johnsons or your pundit type folk, but you would never think it's the president going, it's the Trump derangement syndrome that killed him. And it's like,
that's
wow.
What it was.
Dude,
Drew Taylor Green came out and said something, and it made her look, great.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I get, and this is the other thing that's tough too, is like, our stomach all churns when the side that cheered when Charlie Kirk died is still cheering over Charlie Kirk's death, talks about decorum, right? But it doesn't make it not true. Like when they go, that we need a fucking, of course our president would have no decorum when something like this happens. And it's like, yeah, first of all, shut the fuck up. But second of all, yeah, you're right. In this case, that's the
thing too, is you go like, if he was just still a celebrity who's rich and famous and came out and tweeted that, people were like, dude, this motherfucker's savage.
Right.
He's the president of the United States, dude.
Yeah.
And he just got murdered.
And he's pretty much, I mean, he's kind of going like, if you stand against me, this is what you face.
You know that people, the leftist conspiracy theorists have said that because he was working on a doc about Trump, that Trump had him killed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, of course not.
I mean, first of all, I don't think presidents, I don't think presidents send people in boots on the ground to stab people to death. There probably would have been some sort of gas leak situation where
why would you kill the wife?
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
That's the other thing too, is that the whole, he stabbed and killed both of them. Like
sad shit. Really sad shit.
Also, the media, they show this picture of him. This is him doing interviews with his dad, and he's got glasses on and his chin. He's have you seen him now?
Yeah, he's got a beard and he's bald and shit.
Yeah, he's got a shaved head and a goatee, and he's like 260 pounds. They're like, yeah, that's definitely the guy that stabbed and killed both of them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Unless that's like the other son that they're trying to, but I don't think the other son looks different. He doesn't have that like underbite going on.
Yeah, cocaine mouth.
What a fucking meathead, huh?
Insane. Yeah, I mean, you don't kill people. You just go on a podcast and you joke about it. You go on Twitter and you joke about it. You don't do it. Otherwise they win.
Yeah, but I'm convinced that after looking at those Truth Social posts and of all the things he tweeted, this is sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back. I really think this killed MAGA. I think this is how
I agree.
The veil is lifted. I think this is how you see, oh, he only does care. But like, and this is what sucks. The libs are only right now.
Well, they
didn't used to be.
The way I see it is, they're sort of like, they say the broken clock is right twice a day. I think this is sort of a situation where they were sort of right, but not right. Where they're like, he doesn't care about you. That's true. That's right. Then they said they would say he only cares about himself, enriching himself, his legacy, and everything else. That they're wrong about. What they're right about is he only cares about winning. And what's interesting about the second term is there's nothing left to win ever again. You can't run again. You can't win again. You can't beat anybody again. And
but you know what else you can't do?
Hold on. So in a weird way, it's like he doesn't where they're wrong is like he seemingly doesn't care about legacy at all, because like these kind of things are the opportunity to where you could go out with this lasting great legacy of being very presidential, and by the way, you could get all the shit done that you promised in the campaign that you won.
Yeah, but that's where they're right about him only wanting to enrich himself. And because here's something that they can't do, that he can't do is his word on a nomination for a seat or somebody in a race. Nobody cares. It holds no weight anymore. So the whole notion that every move and policy that he makes, and simultaneously, like you said, doesn't care about the legacy part. It's only so he could just be as rich as fucking possible till he rides it out and doesn't care what else. Make his kids are set, and all that shit. And that's it. That's all he cares about. So giving a $650 million deal to Ukraine and a couple billion to Israel in the same day, the other day, and like while all this shit is going on, we're like, dude, please stop giving our money to other nations. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna get it back in the next 3 years. I'm still gonna be around, Like that's how he's looking at shit. He's
Right.
going to get return on investment within the next 5 years. And so, you know, it's just going to be a 90-year-old fucking rich dude, you know, like doing like he just won't go away. So something had to go. Like nobody's getting anything in return now. So it used to be like, yeah, of course he's disrespectful and he's an asshole and all this stuff, but we're going to get this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And then when this, and this doesn't happen, or he's like overpromised and underdelivered yet again.
To say the least.
Yeah, that yet again, and you go, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Then people start going, dude, the fucking libs are right about this shit. And they weren't right because he was delivering on this, and then he fell short and then changed course and stopped doing shit. And now they're right.
Yeah.
It's, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be like the people inside the administration have to know that like this first year has been utterly disappointing for all of his constituents that believed in him and voted for him. And, you know, I mean, there's so many people have already jumped off the ship, and those people look right based off of what's gone down. I mean, so far it's just been a lot of bickering and drama and nothing really accomplished, and nothing has changed. The needle hasn't moved. And, you know, what's interesting is, I saw somebody post an article today, or not an article, but like just a piece on what's coming in terms of the devastations of AI and like what it's going to do to the economy, and, you know, universal basic income and all these sort of things that are going to need to exist for Band-Aids, because thousands and maybe tens or hundreds of thousands of people are going to just lose their fucking jobs with nothing to replace them. And, you know, it's this, what's funny is Andrew Yang brought this up fucking 6 years ago and was like, this is going to be a problem. Automation is going to be a problem for the economy and how it affects people. And if you want to be honest, funny enough, in the timeline, you almost wonder, when you look at COVID and everything we know about it now, was that the solution? They're like, we're not going to give everybody free money. What we are going to do is try to kill as many of the population with a biological weapon.
Yeah, it was a beta test. That was a beta test.
So I do think that, you know, that the pain, the unfortunate thing is that the pain will not be solved with money or jobs. The pain is going to be solved with genocide, like it always is. I mean, they're going to release a biological weapon that kills a lot of people. They've already tried to get us to do it ourselves. They've incentivized and they've propagandized the idea of murdering our offspring to keep us from procreating.
First they released AIDS.
They poisoned all of our food. You know, so they've done everything they can to try to slow it. But we're past that point now, and the problem is the automation has affected it on the other end, where it's eliminating opportunities for human beings to live a productive life. And so when you have more people than you have opportunity, the only thing you can do is increase opportunity or reduce the number of people. And they know it's easier to reduce the number of people at this point. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, which is a lie anyways, just so they can control resources. I don't think there's too many people on the planet. I also don't think that oil is some finite resource.
It's not about resources. It's about opportunity. Like, you know, when you talk about resources, there's enough money that exists in the world to where we could all survive, but it doesn't allocate that way. It doesn't allocate based on necessity.
No, natural resources.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, there could be an abundance of natural resources. It doesn't pay your rent this month. It doesn't give you a place to live or food to eat immediately, right? And so inevitably, you know, that rather than fix all of these problems in a way that, you know, is sufficient for people, they're just going to eliminate people.
Well, movies are definitely that sort of precursor and like soft launch programming to the human brain to be like, hey, this seems like sci-fi. And then 15 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you know, 5, 10, 15 years from now, they're doing that technology.
I've been, you know, from watching me do stand-up, that I've been a long supporter of like the freedom of choice of offing yourself.
Clip it.
Of offing yourself right? Like, I'm just like, oh yeah, people can do you. But it's funny. It's like, now when you look at the way that that's sort of being promoted and propagandized the same way that abortion was, you go, is it really a choice, or is it something that's being encouraged? Young men are being steered into that direction. You know, isn't it interesting that as life gets hard, like the worst thing that can happen to a woman is she has to show her pussy and turn it into an ATM. And then if you're a guy, you just have to kill yourself. That is your that's those. Isn't it funny how we both walking down the same road, how quickly it goes in a Y direction? One person just shows their pussy and becomes a millionaire, and the other person has to kill themselves.
It'd be like a fork in the road, right? And it'd be like men this way, women this way. Transes just keep walking in the forest. Right? But they go to the fork in the road, and then as women are on the path, another fork in the road shows up. And there's like a city with lights and like, whoa, everybody's like having a blast and stuff. And then the other one is like normal, happy, simple life or whatever. And most of them choose the OnlyFans city, get your life paid for path. Yes. And then the other one is like the traditional whatever. And as she's walking on there, like she dies from a pack of wolves or some shit.
Yeah.
There has to be something that incentivizes men to, like, because down the men path is just
suicide.
Yeah, you like walk and you get to a house and there's like soup on the stove.
Yeah,
nobody's there, and then next to it, instead of a spoon or anything, it's just a gun. It's like, and then every utensil in the house is a gun.
It's a gun. Yeah. Yes, this is the scenario.
You have to, like, there's no bowls.
Nope, just a gun.
Just a pot of soup.
You're either going to find a way to shoot soup into your mouth, or you're going to just use the gun as it was intended.
I know for a while though, I would be.
You run out. You go, guys, I figured out how to turn the gun into a soup thing, and then we can eat. And another guy shoots him. We can't have this. There's not enough soup for everybody.
Now you're just shooting guys and making spoons out of their bones. So you can eat the soup.
Yeah, there's enough soup for me though, is it there? Because I'm the strongest and the most murderous, the most diabolical. It's a weird thing, man. I have like a handful of these female friends who are like, I wouldn't call them like men's right activists, but they sort of like work. I don't know if you say they work or they write or they podcast in like the men's mental health space. This is their grift. But, you know, they're just saying like, we haven't given men a solution for like all of this stuff that's happened in society, where it's just like, you know, women have found these ways to sort of monetize existing, just being admired, and then it's the burden on men is to fix themselves in every capacity. Oh, if you don't make enough money, fix it. If you aren't loved, fix it. If you don't have friends, just go it's like the burden of that is all on you. And I said, what's interesting is I think men would be willing to, one of my friends I was having this conversation with this morning, and I said, I think men would be willing to accept that if there was something on the other end, but for the first time in society, women neither desire to work or have families. They just want to be retired for being admired. That's it. They want to be retired just for being admired. That's their plan. And the ones who aren't, they hate themselves. And, you know, they might end up getting knocked up by some fat black dude who's got no prospects in life and nothing going for him. And they'll convince themselves that they always wanted a family, or they'll become these bull dyke, you know, office boss lady workaholics, and they'll try to convince themselves that that's what they wanted.
Or if they're really ambitious, they could be the head of Turning Point USA.
It's true. This is true. That's God.
What do you think? What do you think? Diabolical, or do you think?
Listen, I got to tell you.
Okay, I already know where this is going, and I'll just say with every video that somebody goes, "Isn't this terrifying? Look at it." I go, "You mean her stunning eyes?"
She gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
With the more evil she gets, the more seemingly evil she looks.
If she, I got to be honest with you, if she came out on national television with that face and those eyes and was like, yeah, I fucking had him killed, I would come immediately.
That's so fucking gross.
and forever.
That's
It
so
would
gross.
yes, it's wrong. It would never stop, because there's this weird thing about her where it's like the more mean and evil that I find out that she's capable of being, the more I'm into it.
She's your Luigi.
My Luigi? No, can't she be my Danielle?
She's your Luigi Mangione or whatever his name is.
No, because I don't. He was a good guy. I don't want to find out that she. I don't want to know if she murdered her husband.
He's a good guy?
Do I think Charlie Kirk was a good guy?
No, Luigi.
No. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk.
I'm talking about Luigi.
No, I'm talking. No, just let me fucking finish my train of thought. If we did find out that she had her husband murdered, it'd be a horrible thing, because he's basically Jesus. He's the sweetest, nicest man on earth. But the idea that she could pull off such a maneuver,
or
smoke.
What about if his role is just done?
What do you mean?
Like a Ethan Hunt elaborate hoax they just played on everybody, and he's just gone now.
Oh, hold on. Are you of the conspiracy mind that he's not even dead?
I'll entertain it.
Really?
Dude, they didn't have medical team or nothing. It was just them and like and then people complain about the lack of blood. People complain about the lack of
there's
EMTs there. The fact that it was on a CIA campus, the fact
I was watching Candace right before our show, and I'm with her on the call timeline of like his right hand man, this Mikey McCoy guy. Like, dude, you and I didn't start a multi-million-dollar bring people to Trump and Christ company together, but we're close enough to where if we're out somewhere and you got shot, I don't immediately turn around and call my mother and go, bitch, guess what happened? Like, he supposedly that's who he was on the phone, just turned around and called, or no, his wife, and gossiped with his wife for like 10 minutes. And then Erica like beeped in. Like, go watch Candace in the timeline of events. It's like, there's nothing natural about that response. I don't care what anybody says. They go, everyone deals with trauma differently. Yeah, but they deal with it. You literally just turned and walked away as this like, this is done now. Like, it was the gayest. To either the biggest faggot on earth, or he knew it was happening.
Can I say this as well?
So I just want to come out, make it very clear where I stand on this. If Mikey McCoy doesn't come out and do a broadcast or a press conference where he goes, I am in fact the biggest gossipy faggot on earth, I'm going to think you're in on it.
I don't think it's going to happen. So
then he's in on it. Then that's what it is.
Well, can I just say, like, all the people, like, even Fuentes and all these people who are just like,
turn around and start calling your friend, bitch. Well, you call your wife.
Candace saying, it's all these different people, like, whether it's Fuentes or it's all these people saying that Candace is making money. She is profiting off of this.
First of all, she'd be making money no matter what she's talking about.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is like, this is what she's choosing to do on her show, and people are going, I'll tune in for this. I'll pay her paywall that you claim it's behind. Like, you can't get mad that she's selling something that people want to buy. As much as we hate OnlyFans, what do I always say? Stop being a simp. Don't buy it.
Yeah, it's not the women's fault. It's the men. Just stop. If it didn't have a customer base, it wouldn't exist.
So like when I stopped watching porn, I told my boy, and I was like, "Yeah, I haven't watched porn." And he's like, "So you don't watch porn?" I was like, "No, I just stopped watching. I know it's like, and I need the discipline to not do it."
Yeah,
and that's the choice. If I could just easily give into it, then it's no longer temptation. It's just something I do.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's what I tell people all the time. It's like it's not God's responsibility or the government's responsibility to remove all temptation. It's your job to resist it.
Yeah, but so that's the thing. It's just like, nah, I don't have to go and like, even if it's easily accessible, right? You just tell yourself that's the discipline. So the other aspect of this is just like, no, dude, like, and somebody said like it's the same people get mad about like capitalism, like money has existed for thousands of years. Capitalism is a system that controls the resources so only few people can have it. And that I go, no. Capitalism just means that illegal Mexicans on the street can sell tacos. That means anybody could sell a good or service and earn a profit. That's all capitalism is.
Tsunami goes, is it bad that I'm gay? No, be gay. Listen, if Milo Yiannopoulos was at the shooting and turned around and started making phone calls, gossiping, I would understand that. I would go, that's so Milo.
Who's he asking for? Himself or God?
Yeah.
God? Like, what do you mean? Is it bad?
I'm gay. No one cares if you're gay. Listen, I'll speak on behalf of myself and God. Nobody cares. I think God's got his handfuls.
Are you with bad? I think it's gross, but
it's gross, but it's also you're right. So it's fine. Listen, if you're gay and he don't like it, he'll tell you. I guess when you get up there, that's my philosophy.
Yeah. But so like, how do you feel about like how Tucker said that the guy who founded OnlyFans and shit like that should be in prison because he basically programmed women to have a online prostitution?
No. I don't agree with that. That's
but why do pimps go to jail?
Yeah, I don't think they should. It's the same thing with like drug dealers. So it's like I don't.
So then you would argue that sex workers shouldn't go to jail ever.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think they should. And I also don't think the way to fix society is to ban the things that are bad for us. Like that's
how laws do work, though. Like things that are bad are like stealing, fighting. So like assault, they ban those things because they're bad for society.
But that's about settling disputes. Like if you look at there's like 4 tenets of the purpose of law going back to the Greek birth of civilization. And maintaining order, settling disputes, promoting the common good, which is where it gets very all elaborate, encompassing, and then there's a fourth one. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, but so the public safety
to uphold an agreed upon common morality. So
3 and 4 would definitely be falling under.
Sure, but then where you run into conflict with the American interpretation of what's good for people is giving them the freedom to choose, and this is where
it's about morality.
Well, hold on though. This is where you can inevitably not argue with the fact that our government construction is Protestant in nature because it believes in election. Right? Like if Catholics really constructed the Constitution, there wouldn't be any of this freedom of choice shit in there. That's entirely Protestant theology being put into the Constitution. Their agreed upon enforced code of morality would have been way more heavy-handed in the Constitution if there was a heavier Catholic hand in the writing of it.
Who's the last signer of the Constitution?
I don't know.
Carroll or somebody? Who's a Catholic? Who's a fucking Jesuit Freemason though?
Right. But my point is all this concept of the importance of man's free will is entirely Protestant in nature. And so the idea that we have laws that are based on practicing free will.
Yeah, but it just comes down to a morality thing. And if they could argue in a court of law that certain things, like the fact that they banned drugs, right? That they made drugs illegal and they even scheduled drugs that certain are more illegal than others and blah, blah, blah. If they said that this is a detriment to others and it causes this, and this in society, and they could argue it in court and they made a law for it.
Yeah, that's why we have amendments in the Supreme Court. I mean, that's
right. But that's the take that Tucker and a lot of other people have is that it should be argued in court. It should be shown that it is a detriment to society to have easy access to porn. It's the same way with the easy access to gambling. The KowSheep gets degeneracy.
Well, it's the same thing.
Upholding morality and civility are part of the law and liberty and justice for all. That's what it has to be in. And whether you're a commie or a socialist who believes in the common good as well.
Hold on a second, though. I'll argue this. The data says otherwise. And what I mean is this. as alcohol has become more easily available, as marijuana has become more legalized and more readily available, and as porn has become more readily available, participated in, and widespread in society, you actually find that humans are turning the other way without government intervention. So what I mean by that is of the younger generations, they're doing less drugs, they're drinking less alcohol, and they're consuming less pornography and having less frivolous sex than any generation before.
They're consuming way more porn. They're consuming way more porn. They're having less sex, and the two are going hand in hand.
But here's what I would argue is, like, we had rampant porn when I was a kid. We were trading floppy disks and handing off backpacks.
Porn on floppy disk?
Yeah, we had porn on floppy disks. We were handing backpacks full of magazines. It was hanging around.
What kind of porn is on a floppy disk?
JPEGs. Yeah, JPEGs. You never cranked down to JPEGs? You know, printed out a JPEG, all pixelated with square tits?
Oh.
All right. Well, we were advanced compared to you, and you're younger than me.
We were downloading porn on like Kazaa and LimeWire and shit.
Yeah. That was after LimeWire was after senior year for me, dog. We were, you gotta forget I'm a few years older than you. So my point is that
but I still had VHS porn.
But there was we had that too, and DVDs and stuff. There was no movement of guys to stop watching porn, to stop jerking off, so that stuff has risen in along with the growth of the availability of these other things,
like Proud Boys and shit.
Not just the Proud Boys. There's all kinds of other groups. And listen, there are women who have whole podcasts about like getting guys to stop watching porn or whatever and fighting their porn addiction and everything else. There's a cottage industry. So I actually think if you allow it to be readily available to the degree that it's become, I actually think you see more people turning away from it. But it's when you make it illegal and taboo and forbidden, I actually think that's what dials up the interest, and that's what dials up the degeneracy and the participation in it. When it's just everywhere, it becomes unattractive. But
that's what makes it look like everything's degenerate.
Wouldn't the natural reaction to that be to self-correct in society?
That you would think. It's just go further. It's participate, conform.
I see it happening. I actually think I would disagree. I think I see more people opposing it without calling for government intervention than I've ever seen before. Yes,
but you argue about the girls who would sell their pussy, and it's just that easy. And any female comic does it, and that is considered the degeneracy. That they're talking about. Tucker's whole thing is about OnlyFans.
Correct, but I'm not. But here's the thing: when you ban it, now you create a culture of victimhood, and they go, "Oh, my livelihood's been taken away from me. I've been robbed from. I've been victimized." Whereas I would rather it die. Like, I don't want that to happen. I want it to die on the vine. I want men to go, "No thanks."
Die on the vine.
I want it to exist, and I want men to go, "No thanks. I'm not interested anymore. It's everywhere. I don't, and you are seeing more of this where there are guys who are like, I don't even want to know what you look like naked until we're fucking married. Ugh. You know how many women I've seen naked? Like, I really do think that by putting it everywhere, it's going to send us into this like conservative. And if people are watching and want to comment on this, I think it's going to send us into this conservative trajectory where we're going to get real puritanical by choice, not by force. I think if it were by force, it would be adopted.
What a lot of middle school teachers and high school teachers have been expressing a lot, especially with the boys, and this is evident in arrest records and things like that, is because all they do is consume porn. When it comes to the social interactions, when it comes to girls, they literally think they have no idea how to talk to them. Their whole lives are online. And they literally think it's like, hey, girl, give me pussy. The rape numbers and shit that have increased. Yeah, it comes to like girls are finally reporting things and stuff like that. But there's an increase in young boys, young men who have no social skills when it comes to women and think that, well, they're all selling pussy on OnlyFans. They're all whores. She's already been ran through. If they see a girl drunk, they're like, she's already a slut. Like, way more than just like the jock kid in the movie, in a 90s movie, right? Like that blossomed through this like desensitization and degeneracy for like young dudes. And it's sad because they're like, whatever, she's a slut anyways. Either show your tits or keep it moving, bitch.
Yep. Do you have a study or anything? Do you have a study or anything that outlines that? Because I was trying to find it and I just typed it in. Now, granted, this is an AI overview, but it says while the prevalence of sexual assault against young men is significant,
against young men.
Hold on, with young. I'm going to change this to people because I think the word men is fucking it up. Yeah, what's interesting about this is that overwhelmingly, as I look through the results of these articles, they're almost all outside of the United States. And then,
but that's also a big problem too, because then how do we tie in this?
Yeah, but this is the thing: is almost every one of these articles talks about migration as well.
So think about a different culture, but has the same access to the porn.
Yeah. Now, hold on. So what you're saying is making porn available to misogynist Muslims who think of women as property bad? Yeah.
But yeah, no, but think about them funding it. Think about the Israelis funding it. Think about all of them who own the porn companies.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd be willing to bet, unless somebody can produce me a study that says otherwise, I'd be willing to bet there is not an increase in sexual assault between Western white men.
No, I bet there is.
Don't bet. Find it. This is where we always get to a point of these discussions where you want to indignantly stand on something without anything.
No, I'm saying I bet there's an increase along there too. It's not just.
I bet there's not. I bet there's not. I find it hard to believe that the instances of consensual sex have plummeted, and based on the concept that men are no longer pursuing it, but they are stealing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just say yeah, but you don't like find something. Find something and bring it up. Like, don't just go, yeah, it is, and indignantly without any
I didn't
article.
say yeah, it is
to support it. Because I can't find anything, and I'm genuinely looking for it.
Yeah, but I don't know what you're typing in. I can never see what you're searching for.
I can tell you what I'm typing in. Sexual assault increase with young people.
No, middle and high school kids.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Well, what?
Young could be 27-year-old. The rise of sexual assault and the increase of porn. Type in the desensitization of our young men. There's these Yale or one of them goofy fucking schools about middle and high school kids that are I don't want to zoom out of my phone. I don't want to get into
sexual assault trends with teens. Increase, I know you're looking for it, or decrease. Let's see. I mean, you can find these from Rain. Yeah, it's interesting how I can't.
NIH. Here's an NIH study.
Yes, put it in the. Drop the link in the thing. And I'll pull it up.
It's only on 10th graders, but that's a good age.
Yeah, see, all I see is that everything says that is the age group in which it happens the most. I can't find anything that says whether or not it's increased or decreased.
Yeah, but I'm saying the increase comes over the fact that teachers are talking about it, and if the fact that it's on the news. Here's Science Direct: exposure to sexual content and problematic sexual behaviors in children and adolescents, a systematic review and meta-analysis, 2023.
Okay, send that. I'll pull it up on the screen so everyone can see it. If you go into the private chat, you can just copy and paste the link and then just drop it in
Here's
there.
Institute of Family Studies is unprotected from porn. The preponderance of students show that the underage pornography use is now the norm rather than the exception of adolescent sexual development in our society.
Correct. That doesn't mean that it turns into assaults. Like, this is the correlation causation argument.
This is State of Alaska legislator, how pornography harms children, the advocate's role. The exposure to pornography harms children and youth by normalizing sexual violence and creating unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, but again, I'm not interested in somebody's opinion piece. Like, this is this is stuff that women podcasters talk about all the time, and none of them ever bring up a study or any data that says that it's actually increased. But from all
evidence from the UK government, sexual assaults are on the rise within schools across all educational sectors and demographics.
Not interested in, hold on. Not interested in anything overseas.
Okay. You said the Western country though.
No, but because of the migrant shit. Like, yeah, that could just be because they're loaded with Muslims.
Okay, like, but this is research by the charity Dignify, spoke to 4,000 children between 14 and 18 years old. And found that 40% of those surveyed had watched porn, and horrifyingly, the average age they first watched it was 12.
Yep.
Alarmingly putting children at high risk. Then it goes, there's a bunch of charts and shit. And then it talks about content filtering and how tech companies are blah, 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 blah. There's also poor mental health linked to the rise in sexual assaults. American College of Pediatricians has the impact of pornography.
Hold on, I got one here. National Sexual Violence Resource Center. This is from 2023. And it says the CDC and Prevention recently released a new report of findings from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey. According to the survey from 21 and 22, the number of teen girls who have reported experiencing sexual violence has increased from 15% in 2017 to 18% in 2021. This is the first report since the beginning of COVID-19 and includes trends and data from the last 10 years. Data shows that overall young people are experiencing a high level of trauma, and particularly girls and LGBTQ plus students are experiencing very high rates of violence, poor mental health, and suicidal thoughts and behavior. The survey did not ask if someone was transgender. I think that's important. Teen girls report the highest level of sadness and sexual violence in the last 10 years, with 30% saying they considered attempting suicide. This is almost a 60% increase since 2011. Seriously considered attempting. That sounds
think about that study is 2021, right? You said?
Yeah.
So think about those kids that's 1 year into COVID. Think about the kids who 3 years into COVID, that they grew up with, that was all like remote learning and shit like this. Here's a site that's Protect Young Eyes, so it's definitely a anti-porn site, but it says peer-on-peer sexual abuse, nurses point to porn. A Kansas City hospital has seen a horrifying increase in peer-on-peer sexual abuse among children, and they have a theory on what's causing it, and the nurses claim it's their access to porn.
Does it give a number of what the increase is of incidents? Because what's crazy to me is
so they saw Children's Mercy saw 444 kids who were sexually abused within the last 5 days of arriving out of a hospital. The number rounds out to 1,000 a year when they include the children who report sexual assault after 5 days. Victims are most likely girls around 4 to 8 years old. There's also, so unfortunately, the outcomes observed at this hospital support something else. The internet gives young kids access to way too much information they aren't ready for, and sometimes it's causing them to do horrible things to each other. The journalist Sarah Blake from KSB 41 News in Kansas City wrote a detailed piece about what nurses and pediatricians are seeing at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City. Heidi Olson, the sexual assault nurse examiner, SANE coordinator at the hospital, shares that she's seeing throughout the piece. To sexually assault someone else, that's a learned behavior. Said that nurses are finding more and more that pornography is playing a role in these cases. It includes a victim being forced to see porn, a victim reporting that the perpetrator said he'd watched porn, or being forced to do something shown in a pornographic video, or a victim being recorded doing a sexual act. And dude, a lot of it is the fucking Snapchat selfie cam, like record all the sexual acts and stuff these kids do that we never had access to.
I believe that's way worse than when we were younger and stuff because it didn't exist. But I guess my point is I can't find anything.
But they say
it says it's more. Like I think it's the same amount that it's always been, but it's probably being recorded and reported more. That's it. But this idea, like what I think is interesting, or I guess my only point of contention to what your theory is, or what you've thrown out there, is that every other indicator of men's interest in sexual degeneracy is decreasing. You know what I mean? So like they are pursuing intimate relationships less. Now, what I don't know is, are they consuming less porn than they did 2 years ago, a year ago? I have to imagine the number is reduced from COVID just because of the amount of people who had to go back to work and that type of thing. But I also don't know how you measure that. Like, I don't know how you measure do people watch because all of those surveys are relying on people's willingness to be honest. And I think they're always going to curb their number. Like a guy who watches porn 17 hours a day isn't going to tell you. He's going to be like, I watch it like a few times a week. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be worse than whatever they report, probably.
Yeah, but what if they just have like these porn hub like watch hours?
I don't know if that data is available. I can't imagine Pornhub would ever want to share that with people.
It's like 250 trillion hours.
First of all, whether it's up or down, I'm willing to bet the number is fucking astounding. I bet it's astounding. You know what I think?
Like, what's a trillion hours? Like, dude, since we invented it, people watch like 17 hours a day.
I just want to point out to you, like, we have lag issues on StreamYard trying to live stream. I'll tell you where I've never seen a pixel in my life is on a porn site. So the amount of money that they have to be spending on fucking server space and bandwidth alone has to be fucking preposterous.
You know what's crazy though? I always see, like, when I was watching porn, you know, all the ads that pop up and stuff, or they'll be like, subscribe to this. And I before the rise of OnlyFans, I literally used to go, who pays for porn?
Yes.
Dude, yeah, OnlyFans doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, you're paying for porn.
Well, the one that always tripped me up is I was like, who's commenting on porn? Like,
yes.
Anytime I feel any sort of way about our trolls and our comments, I remember that there are girls who do porn. And if you go in their videos and you look in the comments, there's some fucking chud on an anonymous account who's like, weird nipples, bitch. And you're like, what the fuck are you? Who are you? Kill yourself. Stop.
This one doesn't know how to arch her back.
Yeah, it's shit like that. Did you write that, Carl? Admit it. Did you write that?
No, I'm just saying, like, you see the ones you like, this get a life, boy. You be like, what?
The other one I think is funny is you'll just see, like, the compliments are worse than the insults, by the way. The compliments are more uncomfortable than the insults. We're like, this girl know how to fuck. Anybody got name, address, and home number? And I'm like, what? Oh, no.
That's juicy right there. That's juicy right there.
Oh, they're just like, oh, she knows how to fuck. She's got a new fan. Like, why would you comment that? Why would you post? Who's commenting?
How about the other one? How about the other ones? How about these ones? The ultimate simp shit. I'm talking the ultimate simp, where a chick is getting brailed the fuck out or gurgling cock, and the comments just like, so beautiful, you're the hottest,
Oh God!
I'd
Oh
lick, I'd
no!
drink your bathwater, or
Oh no!
the way
Oh,
you're
those
so
are the worst.
gorgeous. Oh my God, she is the most beautiful. I would do anything to touch her. And
And
you're
you know
like,
what's so
there you
funny? It's
go.
like,
What? She's
and you know,
gagging on a man's cock.
and you know that's not you, by the way. That's definitely not you. It's another man, and you're going like, what an angel.
I don't need a study to tell me the rise of cuckdom in society
No,
is because of
no,
porn.
no. There's no
Third
question.
party viewing, somebody else fucking a chick has now
There's,
become.
and you know what it is you know what it is the difference is what you and I talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the show previously or just between us, and we'll wrap up on this. But like, remember I said like the problem with the internet is that men and women react to it differently. Where women look at it and they look at like everyone on earth, like the richest men, the most attractive men, and they think in their mind, I could land this guy. Like, you know, I'm like a DM away or whatever. Like I could, and it could change my whole life. Men, it's a similar but different thing where it's like, she just like any other bitch. So they will just jump into like celebrity women comments and like other people's just like, they're just like any other bitch. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's almost like they don't have this thing where they think they can get them and change their life like a lottery ticket the way that women do with social media. But
that's why social media sucks. It's about the access. And that people thinking they have access to you. It's like the shit that we used to tell Vito all the time. It's like, dude, then stop having them be the producers of your show.
Yeah,
right. You give people too much access to you.
Yeah.
Then that's what happens. That's why, dude, Michael Jackson was, before social media, had motherfuckers waiting at the Vatican, 100,000 people deep. The Pope wouldn't even have in that shit. Michael Jackson, they're just like, can we just stay outside and roam? Please don't break the walls of the Vatican. Yeah, Michael Jackson will be here next week.
People wonder why he's dangling his baby over a balcony. Like, what do you do? You know, how do you?
Because they're screaming, Michael, throw your baby. I'll catch it. I love you. He'd be like, nigga, woo. Whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like that. By the way, that was confirmation he was still black. You're just like, that's some black celebrity shit. Like, white celebrity never do that. Black celebrity, like, what? You know, like, ugh. All right. Well, you've been frozen on my screen for the last 3 minutes.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Kind of looks sexy over here on my screen.
Okay, well that's good. How am I looking? Fine. I buzzed all my hair off 30 minutes before the show today.
Do you think that, I'm not going to give an opinion. Do you think that makes you look skinnier or fatter?
No, it's not about that at all. I don't it's not.
I didn't ask that. I asked, do you think that makes you look skinnier or fatter?
I think when my beard is bigger and my hair is longer, I think I look fatter. I think it makes everything look bigger.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't do it to look skinnier. It really is just because it annoys me. Like it gets itchy and it just gets hard to maintain. And it's like, you know, you got to fucking brush it every day. It's just too much work.
Are you like a dolphin guy? Like you would wish that you could just like go
No. I like hair, but I don't like too much. You know what I mean? And the other thing is this is something that only the old heads who watch the show can relate to. But like when you start getting gray hairs and white hairs and they come in more coarse than your regular hair, like fishing line, it fucking fucks up the way your hair and everything is. So like the longer it gets, it's like the white ones will just stick out like fucking, you know, you ever watch Sopranos? You ever see like Paulie's grays with the wings? They almost look like claws. Like,
you know, he had a thing on the show where nobody could do his hair. He did his own hair every day.
It was in the Chase documentary. They talked about it.
I thought that was so hilarious.
And nobody could do it. And what I mean by that is, I think he let a girl try to do it one time, and he was like, "You can't do this. I'll do this." And he showed
like the only rule that he had. He was like, I don't run my mouth about. He had two rules. It was like, I don't run my mouth about nobody and nothing that happened in my life. He was like, and the other, nobody touches my fucking hair.
Yeah. They said he showed up in his own hair and makeup every day.
Yeah.
Did his own hair.
Just give me the chair.
Yeah.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Yeah. What it would be to go back and be like a PA on that show, right?
Hey,
Don't
how
you
you doing, sweetheart?
when people say like dream jobs of all time, I'd be PA on The Sopranos would be one.
How many of them do you think went on to like be somebody now? Like we get some piece of trivia, like some big time director was like
there's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that started as like PAs or production assistants or writers assistants on shows. It happens more with
on Sopranos.
Yeah, but there's
I mean specifically that show.
Yeah, there's a lineage of people who had like very small jobs on The Sopranos who now are pretty big.
Is it like the Mike Holmgren
TV
tree?
Yeah, it is. It is a lot like that actually. Yeah, there's a lot of like if you go into IMDb Pro and you look at like Sopranos and you look at people who had like nothing jobs on that show and those credits and you click their name, they're like directing movies and shit now. Like anybody that was sort of loosely affiliated with that thing is
I was watching Christmas stuff, Christmas movies, and Miracle on 34th Street was on. The remake, the one with Elizabeth Perkins and Dylan McDermott and the girl from Matilda and Attenborough from Jurassic Park.
Richard Attenborough or Robert, yeah, whatever his name is.
There's a scene where a mom comes and like says to the kid, and he's like, yeah, and she's like giving advice. He's like, really, I can do that? And he like gave her advice to go to another toy store to like buy the thing there, it's cheaper. And the mom is Artie Bucco's wife in that movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny every time I see a Sopranos actor while I'm in the middle of a rewatch. Like it always happens. Why? I'm always in a rewatch and I'm watching some program and go, oh, fucking, dude, they're in the
Charmaine.
Fucking Charmaine. Who the fuck knew?
Yeah, that happens a lot. And
Adriana came on my feed. She's on. She's in a movie with Ice-T.
Well, the funniest one is when you see that the guy who played Vito Spatafore was actually a guest star on the show before he was Vito.
Yeah, he was
Gino in the bakery. Yeah. What am I supposed to do about my bread? Come back in and out.
What is it? Am I an asshole?
Yeah, I just watched that episode. That first season is so good. That first
season 2 is fire.
Season 2 is great, but that first season, as far as a debut season of
it's immaculate.
TV, it's unbeatable, and you can tell. They sort of were writing it almost like every week as if they didn't fucking know how much longer the show was going to go. There's a lot of action. A lot happens in that first season.
When you watch the pilot and he's just like, I feel like I'm getting in on the ground floor. Yeah, and he's just like, I'm on the ground floor and a thing is over, right? It's coming to an end. And it really puts you in a perspective of like, oh, this dude's gonna talk to this lady the whole time. Like,
well, in a weird way,
it sets up the show. Like, this is the POV of the show. It's just like him going to therapy. This is fucking wild.
Some interesting things about the pilot of Sopranos that doesn't stick, but it's obvious. Like, it's very obvious the Scorsese influence on the pilot because there's so much music. There's almost music throughout the entire pilot in a way that there isn't throughout the remainder of the show. And the other thing that's interesting is I almost feel like when you go back and watch the pilot of Sopranos, it's like watching Fight Club, where he's describing the America we live in right now. When he's talking about like, politicians and like the mob, and I feel like I'm in on the ground floor of a dying thing. Like, in a weird way, there's so much symbolism to what America is today in that episode of TV from 27 years ago.
And the greatest thing is, there's no ads for social media, and HBO was a cable network that didn't run commercials. So the product placement once you get to season 2 and 3 and shit is insane, dude.
Well,
by season 5, it's like the new Escalade.
Yeah.
You know, please shut.
Today I said to my mom, I said, I want to know how many undrank Cokes there were on this fucking show, because every
Diet Coke everywhere. There's regular Coca-Cola and Diet Coke everywhere.
Every time they go over somebody's house, like, you want anything? I'll have a Coke. And then they crack this motherfucker and then they leave. And I go, like, nobody's drinking these Cokes. They're just all egregious product placement. Nobody's sipping these fucking.
You should count all the Coke cans in Sopranos during the rewatch.
Just in season 1, I was like astounded. I go, everyone's leaving these full Cokes everywhere in a rage. They walk in, somebody gets them a Coke, they fucking storm out. Nobody takes the Coke with them. They just leave it there.
Just full Cokes.
Just full Cokes.
It's like Signs, but Cokes.
Yeah, dude. It's a problem. It's a real crime.
Does it make you thirsty, or does it make you mad? Like, because it's a waste of Coke.
Yeah, it's a waste of perfectly good Cokes. And the problem is the Sopranos rewatch will make you fat if you don't.
Yeah, dude, I get so hungry watching this. I think that's what it is. I've been watching 5 seasons of Sopranos, and I've gained like 10 pounds.
I've noticed, and I got to be careful because I just started a rewatch. My mom's never done a rewatch. She's visiting for the holidays.
You noticed I got fatter? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, I noticed you're putting on the rewatch weight. That's not fat. It's just there's a rewatch weight that everybody puts on when they rewatch The Sopranos. It's just what it is.
I need to just like look skinnier. Hey.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe buzz all your hair off. I hear that happens. All right. Well,
you know what hair I've never buzzed off?
Your balls?
No, I've buzzed that.
Your back?
I've buzzed that.
Yeah.
Since I've started growing hair there, I realize I have the same asshole hair now at age 38.
Oh, you gotta. Don't ever make that mistake. I did that one time, bro. It was the most uncomfortable 2 days of my life.
But was that a wax?
No, it wasn't a wax. It was I was like, I'll just buzz these down so they're not tangling up my shits all that. Nope.
Honestly, I can't imagine it.
You ever shave your chest hair?
Yeah, I had to for the orc thing.
You know how bad that hurts? You know how much that annoys you? How it just fucking stabs you? It's the worst. Imagine that in your asshole. That's what it is. I can't.
That's why I've never
do it. Don't ever. Never do it.
The safest seems to be a wax with a fast pull.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Well, first of all, put me to sleep if you're gonna do. You got to put me out. You got to put me on the sedation.
I can't imagine the sheer just gripe from
you're in your early 40s. You got to get that you got to get that colonic. You got to, what is it, the colonoscopy? Yeah, you better. When insurance is going to sedate me for it, I'll go get it. I ain't doing that awake. You're not going into me.
Which one would you do awake?
Nothing in my ass at all. Awake, never.
I've done the finger check awake. You got to.
Fine. That's fine. I had a woman do the old. How you like that? No,
I had an old Jew doctor do it.
Yeah. No, I have a lady doctor for that.
Did the lady doctor make dick jokes?
No, but I will tell you this. When I had the prostatitis and they had to swab my dick, obviously it was like trying to get away from these broads, and it took the physician's assistant had to come over and dude, she had to
trying to get away from them.
He was trying to go inside. He was trying to duck away.
He was scared of women.
Yeah. Well, ones with fucking things to jam in his mouth. He don't like to be force-fed cotton. So
I was into it.
But when he was squirming and trying to escape, they were laughing. I could see they were laughing at my dick.
As soon as I knew I was like, because the nurse will be like, you see, I was like, I'm going to see the nurse, or I'm going to see, and he was like, no, you're going to see the doctor. And I was like, damn. And my dick went from, hey, what's happening, to like, I'm not going out there.
My dick had the worst case of stage fright ever in that situation. And I was like, of all the scenarios where you could have your dick and 2 women
this doctor was also my dad's urologist.
Okay.
And he was like, all right, let's see that. Let's take out your prick. And I was just like, what? He was just like, I've seen your fathers for years. Let's go. Right? I was just like, this is rather informal.
It's a real.
dude, and I'm talking like a 75, 80-year-old Jew urologist who's just like, oh, okay, yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and okay, you're gonna have to turn around. And I was just like, I don't need to turn around. I don't never would need to turn around.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to because this is how it is.
Yeah, I have an Indian lady doctor, and her physician's assistant was a fat Mexican. And then her physician's assistant was a fat Mexican chick, and I go, I remember thinking to myself, and I laughed, and I didn't tell them why, but I was like, if I thought of you two as human women, this almost might be embarrassing.
It's crazy that you let that curry get stuck up there.
I literally thought to myself, I was like, yeah, if I thought of you two as human women, this might embarrass me, but it doesn't.
All right, dude.
All right, I'm gonna see if this lemon meringue pie is thawed. It's been sitting on my counter for hours. I'll let you know. Bye, everybody.